This is Steve Downs, the voice of Master Chief, Sierra 117, and you're watching Xbox Ultimate. Now, finish the fight. Chief out.
Arby's has amazing mozzarella sticks.
Are we like, hey,
yeah, we can keep talking about mozzarella sticks and stuff. If
Riley's has the best. Riley's has the best fries, but
I've only had them frozen, like the ones they sell at Walmart. So we don't have Riley's.
What's Riley's?
You don't have a Checkers?
What's Riley's?
No.
I never heard of
Riley's. Riley's.
Oh, Riley's. Okay. Yeah, they like come in like a white bag with like a racing stripes on it or something like that, right?
Yeah.
A racing flag.
Yeah. It's Riley's up north, Checkers down south.
But their fries are like seasoned, right? It's like seasoned. Like they have like a seasoning on it.
It's kind of like the curly fries, but like straight.
Like straight curly fries.
That's just fries.
I still
but they're like greasier at Riley's or.
I'm sure they're way better than the fucking frozen ones.
I like Wendy's fries. The Wendy's new fries.
I don't like Wendy's fries.
But even better than that, the breakfast things they have, the little potatoes they have in the for breakfast now. Wendy's, those things are amazing.
Dude, those are so good.
Now, speaking of like fries though, like what's up with KFC getting rid of potato wedges? What the hell's up with that?
What?
Yeah,
they got rid of potato wedges.
They have the best potato wedges, but their new fries are really good though.
Their new fries are really good, but they got rid of potato wedges.
That's a shame. What are they doing over there?
KFC, man. It's almost as sad as when Taco Bell got rid of the beef Mexi melt and Arby's got rid of the Arby melt.
Which fast food place is like doing a rap battle? Is that Wendy's? They just released like a rap battle. Like they are going against another food chain, but I can't remember if it was like Wendy's or, I'm gonna look this up. It was like a rapper. It was like a rapper released a diss track on like McDonald's or something.
Really? Well, that's not hard to do.
Part of
I got my food cold and it was wrong too. Next time I'm not gonna go through the drive-through. I'm sorry. Okay. Anyway,
your new Maviwine.
Yeah.
Are we actually live?
Yeah, we're live.
We're live.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Xbox Ultimate Podcast. Xbox and fries.
How do you not have a food podcast yet?
Well, me and Kate were doing kind of a thing, it's called the Mav and Fancy Show, but I put her in charge of doing the topics, and that it lasted like 2 weeks, and then she said she didn't want to do it anymore because she didn't want to put into work about thinking of stuff.
Wasn't I the last guest?
I think so. I think we had like
I had the honors. I'm like, yes.
Maybe it'll come back at some time, but we talked about whatever on that thing. I actually really enjoyed it, but
okay,
we'll see.
I feel like we always end up talking about food in like every podcast.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Food is good.
It was Arby's, lady says. Sup, lady? How you doing?
Like it was what is she referring to? The rap?
The rap battle.
Or we talked. Oh, okay.
But who needs to do that Arby's rap battle is Pharrell. Because he already wears the Arby's hat.
This is true.
One step there.
Yep.
I forgot which artist it was. I gotta look that up. But sorry, continue your.
Oh yeah, hi everybody. This is Xbox Ultimate Podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you all for being here. We are gonna have a fun show today. As you can see, we got quite a bit of us here today. Pong's actually as well. Just like lately on Fridays, he's working late, so he's gonna be here. And looking forward to that. But also, we're gonna talk about Ubisoft and some other news that came out. And we do have an amazing guest here as well, part of this Fun Speculation family, Fuzzy Belvedere. It's good to have you on the show today, dude. How's it going?
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you for the invite. Awesome to be here with you guys. Man, Gran Turismo is finally turning around, and yeah, a little bit of complaining gets us a long way.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're fuck Gran Turismo, fuck PlayStation, fuck Sony, fuck
Herman Holtz.
Polyphony. I think that tweet had a lot to do with it.
Like, we pissed off Fuzzy. Let's we gotta change our ways.
It's hard this smooth toned man to get him upset and triggered, but like, GT7 kind of got under your skin a little bit,
Yeah, they just made it way too grindy. Like, it was bad enough that the payouts were lower than the previous one, but when they cut it even further, it was like that's it.
Yeah. I just can't believe you can't sell your cars. Still.
Yeah.
That's the thing that blows my mind. Above anything else, with how hard it is to grind for them, you can't sell them and then use that money towards something else.
Yeah.
That's classic Gran Turismo. That's like it felt like car ownership more back in the day, because you did grind for that car, but once you owned it, it had value, so you could like sell it even if you sold it for less, and you could try and get something else with that money. I don't know.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense.
It's not like $100 to get like one car.
There are some cars
Real
that
money,
are
yeah.
in the $180 to $200 range if you're just doing the microtransaction route. If you're going to grind for it, 20 to 30 hours optimally, but for most people, if you're only doing a couple hours a day, it can be a month before you get some of those cars. But they'll work on that on the later end. But they're at least apologizing with $1 million up front, and then they're gonna up the rewards next month. But
yeah,
we're gonna hold their feet to their fire next month.
I really like how whenever like a company charges a lot, they wait a while before they start changing. Like, we'll implement this like 3 months from now, so that they get as much as they can out of the players.
Yeah, they tried to say that like the last comments that were made were not complete and taken out of context, which is a little BS to me. Like, because they said, well, we wanted to give some more information because we feel like it didn't cover enough of like what the full plan is with the cars and stuff, of like real world values and things like that. And that they're like, okay, we're this is what we're planning on, but like we still don't have it finalized yet, so give us a couple months, we'll figure it out. It is what it is. I do love the fact that they acknowledged for the first time, at least in my knowledge of it, that they said live service game. As this becomes a live service game or something like that on their Q&A page or whatever, about the details of all the updates. So 10 live service games from Sony in the next 3 years. This is number 1, I guess.
This one will be
the like $150 like real money, right?
Yeah, that's what it means.
For a car.
Yeah.
If you don't earn it in game, if you pay cash, if you like,
that's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. You just got to do a small 600 laps and you can get it.
Can I make a down payment? I mean, shit. Like, maybe I can pay it off.
Don't give them ideas, man.
You can buy the wheels for $20.
What's the APR on that shit? Like, let's go. Like, I don't understand. 10% down, 15% down. What's going to give me the best rate?
I bet you they're going to start doing that.
Yeah, if I have to pay monthly for my Gran Turismo cars, I'm going to start getting a little upset. Are you going to start to have in-game car credit?
That's what the Star Citizen does, right? You have to pay for insurance for your spaceships or you lose it.
Yeah.
Is Polyphony going to show up and like repossess my like Mazda CX-5 that I bought in the game if like if I don't?
It's going to have a boot. It's gonna have a boot.
You have a virtual guys like come to the garage and just put a boot on it and they run away.
That is so funny.
That'd be great. Also, we have here today, as always, first in my heart, my lovely wife, Caitlin. Hey, baby.
Hi. It's Friday.
Yay! It is Friday.
Yeah.
Everyone else sounds so excited. It's Friday. Yeah.
Yeah.
The extraordinary AssassinLupa is here as well.
Hello, beautiful people. Let's have a good show. Let's get it on.
Absolutely. And we have Kid Cudi over here. As he says, people always say he looks like Kid Cudi. I don't think so. I think he looks like the Get Out guy, Lakeith.
We just need to find out that guy's name.
It's Lakeith, I think, right?
But
Lakeith?
Lakeith. No, not
Lakeith
Lakeith.
Stanfield.
Oh, Lakeith. Yeah, Lakeith Stanfield.
Lakeith.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's up, 3-bit? How's it going, dude?
Hey, I want a fancy intro like Lupa. Like, let's get it on. I want something like that.
Well, you got to
can I
be
say?
creative and use your creativeness.
I can't think of anything.
No.
Like, hello, I'm 3. I don't know.
You could be like, it's a me, a Mario.
It's a me.
That's good. That's a good one. His name is Mario, so.
Yeah, it works. But
Yeah, and
it's good
you
to be
can't
here.
get in
It's
trouble.
Friday. Yeah, I can't. So my name is Mario.
Can we give a
yeah.
shout out to that snazzy shirt he's wearing?
Yeah, what's on that? Is it got like
Palm
You know,
trees.
it's some palm trees.
what's the
you
blue
know.
And
things? Are those
leaves.
palm leaves?
It's it's I'm getting in the summer mood. you know?
Why is your top button buttoned? Is that choking you at all? I can't do that.
I don't know. I like
You like
buttoning
doing
up
that?
to, like
You-
my neck.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like
That's a style.
thing,
You know, I can't do it. I feel like I'm gonna gag. You know, whenever because it touches my Adam's apple, but maybe you don't have an Adam's.
You're like,
apple.
oh, it's something.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I'm like,
Right on. Hey, anyway, it's good to have you here. I did also like your tweet. Like this is what a game dev looks like as well. You partook in
I'm
that
loving those
2 days late though.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
okay,
'Cause
though.
I realized like, oh yeah, I should do that. too.
I've done games too. I'm
it's-
making a game.
Yeah, it is really cool. Just to sidetrack a little bit, it is really cool to see that, like, because a lot of people just play the games and they don't always think about the developers and people making it. So just
Yeah.
getting to see all the different posts of all of the different developers working on like
Yeah.
Bungie, and it's really cool.
I think it is cool
Yeah.
too. So I've seen some like weird people take that and try and run with it, and some weird fanboy
Yeah.
shit and some negative
Oh, really?
stuff. Like,
Well,
like
those are idiots.
Kate posted one. Some moron was like posted some developer that's working for like one of the Xbox development team, and then the other one was like Alana Pierce, right? And they said this is what a PlayStation developer looks like, and this is
okay.
what an
Yeah.
Xbox developer looks like. Like so, like
Don't get me started.
oh my god,
Yeah, I
what's
know.
wrong with people? You know?
No, they also
I-
said this is why you don't hear about like sexual harassment over at Microsoft.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah, it was just oh my god.
It's
Wow.
like
It was.
gross.
I
Brain
couldn't
dead,
answer
that's all.
Kate's tweet.
I didn't
because
see
would have
those, but
blown
dang.
my stack. Wouldn't have been good on social media.
Yeah. Those people are brain dead. That's all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just there's no words. There's no words for how low they'd go. That's why they're not on my timeline, and he's been blocked for years. So.
Yeah.
That's why they're the most toxic freaking fan base out there. But
It's disgraceful.
Speaking of brain dead, my buddy Mellow Fellow from outer space, what's up, dude? I'm
I
just
was
kidding.
like, there's 50-50. He's going to come
All right.
out here.
all right, really?
I'm
Really?
sorry. What's up, man? How's it going, dude?
No, no, I'm good. All right, I want to point out something with Spooky. He said something about nothing could touch Caitlin and Mav's cooking, but to correct you, Spooky, it's just Caitlin doing the cooking and Mav doing the eating.
Thank you, Psycho.
That's very true.
That's it.
Unless
so
it's outside. Kate
that's
doesn't cook
grilling,
outside.
grilling and cooking.
Grilling
there's-
is a form of cooking. I can do that.
When was
And
the last time you grilled me something?
the steak's too damn
Last
expensive
summer.
right now. I mean, holy shit. Like, I do need to
Well,
get
I'm
out
not
there
with
and
it.
cook some. No, you
Cool.
were. I need to get out there and cook
Yeah.
some ribeyes and some grilled chicken and all that.
corn
stuff.
on the cob. There you go.
Yeah. I can't eat.
Don't burn them. But yeah, no, I've been doing good. I've been busy in the background and just been waiting for Friday because
Yeah.
Friday is the best time. Get
It
to
is.
hang out with my family and talk about games.
Yeah, dude.
I haven't been really following so much on Twitter of what's been releasing out there. So I'm like, what's tonight's topics, yo?
Yeah. We're gonna dive into some Ubisoft a lot because there's a big show supposedly on the horizon, and
Yeah.
it comes from a few different sources, so it's still a grain of salt type thing, but I think it's worth diving into. Jasper shared it with us and some other people I've seen on Twitter and stuff. So Jasper Gaming, the realist, the the lore master, Debbie Downer, all of the above. What's up, dude?
Did you say whore?
Yeah,
Not
that's
the.
that's
Did
what
I
am.
say horror master?
No.
Horror master? Man,
said
just
lore.
getting all wrong.
That's the other side of
tonight.
Jasper we haven't seen.
I don't want to see it.
I've been doing all
particularly
right.
want to.
I'm just waiting for Lego Star Wars to come out. That's what I'm kind of waiting on.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I won't be touching that game now. I mean, how dare they? No co-op. I'm not doing it. No, 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 no. They're not having my money now.
I mean,
Yeah, you heard it
my
first,
biggest
folks.
problem with that is it's $10 cheaper on Steam, but it's like whatever.
Yeah, it always is though.
Well, it's PC.
Games are always
PC's
cheaper. Yeah,
50
PC are the
bucks.
elite master race, don't you know?
Yeah.
They get everything
Those
better.
bastards.
And I want my Xbox achievements, so I got to buy it on Xbox. Pay an extra $10.
Yeah.
So they are not having. This is the first time I'm hearing about this. They are not having co-op.
No,
No online call.
No-
just
no
No
online
online, just
co-op.
local.
no. So
Dang,
I
we
can't
were
even
wondering
play,
about that.
Yeah.
play
Why?
with my friends.
Why is that from a development perspective, 3-bit? Why are there so many games out there, especially a big licensed Star Wars type game, even though it's a Lego game, not having online co-op? Is
Got to
there
pay for servers.
like? I mean,
Yeah.
So
I guess
what?
that-
I mean, is that it?
You can rent the Azure
I-
servers.
I mean, but it's still
I
a
don't know.
monthly fee they got to pay or whatever. So
Just throw the game in Game Pass. It'll take care of itself.
It's weird. I don't know. Like to me, when you think about Lego, you think about family. You think about family. You think about multiple controllers and whatnot. So I don't
Exactly.
know why.
Yeah, these kids all
wouldn't.
play games online together all the time now. You know, kids are even if it's directed only at kids, which I know it's not because it could be for anybody, but like kids are used to playing games online now, right? Like my daughter's playing Roblox, she's playing Minecraft, she's playing Fortnite, you know, all the time with her friends online.
Yeah.
I just
And you would think it like lengthens the game's lifespan too, having online.
it sells.
In
You can
some
sell it longer.
cases.
You can add more content to it over time because you're reaching a bigger audience, keep it more engaged. Like it kills me, man. Like that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game may not also have online as well. I'm not 100% on that yet because I think it's still up in the air. And if somebody told me it will on Steam, but not on consoles, that makes even less sense to me.
on Steam, I know you can get around the Lego Star Wars thing. Like some of the older Lego games, there's like a mod that people downloaded. You could play the Lego games online, but
Right. Anyway, yeah, it's ridiculous. But Why So Serious hit us up with a $2 super chat. Thank you, sir. He said GT7 adding real world gas prices in the next update. I would believe it, you know.
Did you see Noof's comment?
What did Noof say? Let me see.
GT7 soon going to charge you to play by each kilometer mile
Traveled, yeah. It's gonna devalue your car every mile. You know?
Fuel costs, insurance
Yeah.
costs.
Yeah, they're just, it's a real simulator.
We're gonna
It's
start
no
like trying to
longer a game.
refinance our cars in
so
GT7.
you take that baby off the lot, half the value's gone.
I bought it for 200. Now it's worth 100.
And so you can buy used cars in GT7, but you can't sell your car. It's still like, where are these used cars coming from? It's just like made up used
From
cars.
developers.
Like
From the Plymouth me, wherever the hell they're called.
Yeah, they're just randomly generated. It would be nice if they had like an auction house, kind of like what the way Forza does it, but I think they're afraid the economy would get out of hand pretty quick with the $20 million cars selling for either a lot more or a lot less or something along those lines. But
it'd be like devaluing their fake economy that's in the game. That's great. Yeah.
I want to base it on real world values or real world prices.
Yeah, they're what they're doing is they're learning too much from the sports games. They're taking that method, you know, like the ultimate teams and stuff like that. Like, you know, it costs
To
like
me, it
$100.
doesn't work as well for car games. Like I could kind of.
Just
I
sell
don't
us a
even
card
want it in
pack,
sports game.
you know?
Like sports, you building up your team. What do you, in the card game? Like, cool. I spent $200 and I got a '94 McLaren F1.
What I mean by that is like the FOMO aspect of it, where there's going to be like, there's like supposedly rotating cars and stuff that you have a chance to get for a little while, and then once it's gone, like and if you don't have enough to grind for it, or if you haven't grinded enough to get it to have that enough in the bank, you lose that opportunity to potentially get that car. So at that point, you're like, okay. So like in sports games, they have these events that are limited time. You know what I mean? And then like sometimes you only have a certain amount of time, or you may even have like, oh, there's like only 100 of these cards out there, and they're only in packs, right?
Mhm.
So only people that buy packs and open packs, either through grinding through in-game or buy packs through the store, have a chance to get those players, which is going to help you. And in GT7, again, those cars that may be most expensive may be some of the faster cars in the game as well, which could also potentially, if you play with those cars online, which I don't know if the online system works with your in-game library, or is it just arcade mode? Like
For right now, it's your in-game library of cars or your in-game garage.
so you could literally pay to win in GT7,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
That's even worse, man. Okay. Anyway, moving on from this bullshit.
Remember when
Okay.
Star Wars Battlefront 2 came out and they're like, you can get a sense of pride and accomplishment by grinding for hours to unlock these like card packs or
Yeah.
whatever.
Or
same
buy
thing.
him.
Right.
Yeah.
Sounds like NFTs. Here, oh, this card's gonna leave. Better hurry and buy it.
But at least with the
One to
NFT, you can
few.
sell a damn thing. You know,
Yeah.
like
They said you could
crazy.
sell it on the website. Just they haven't figured out how to implement that into the game yet.
You can sell the
On
well,
an
I mean,
external like website?
They said on the site you'll be able to sell. Well, I think it was phrased like you can either sell cars or you win cars, sell cars to earn your way to higher levels or something along those lines. So it did reference that you were able to sell cars, but it's
yeah,
not
that's right. The
actually
people are like
functioning in
saying
game.
that as like false advertising now, because it said on the website you could sell cars, but then nothing showed up about selling cars.
Yeah.
So here's the
Oh.
thing about that, right? Like every other racing game ever created, pretty much you can like sell your car.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's not very complicated to figure out if a selling price per car in game, right? If I bought a $10 million car, let me sell it back for 7, 8. You know what I mean? I'd take a loss, whatever. That's how it has always gone with these. But at least I have used that car for a while, hopefully earned money, and at that point I can sell it off and use that 8 million towards something else if they're going to make the cars that hard to obtain. Right?
Yeah, but then you won't spend the money to get the coins to spend on more cards.
Exactly. Okay. Anyway, all right. Hey, let's get into some Ubisoft. 3-Bit's favorite topic.
This has to be a crazy coincidence or something.
Yeah.
It really
We're gonna
is.
run down the list and you're gonna tell us what's true, 3-Bit.
All right. We got Tom Henderson from VGC had posted or actually this is on Xfire now. I guess he just writes everywhere. Tom Henderson is like a person on Twitter, and I guess he's a freelancer. He's usually pretty in the know and has gotten a lot of things right before from what I've seen. But he posted on, I guess, on xfire.com, the exclusive Ubisoft planning massive game showcase, details and release dates. The latest information on nearly 20 upcoming games from Ubisoft. Now, Ubisoft's been pretty quiet for the most part, except for having these little like, hey, we're coming out with this free-to-play thing. We're going to give people a chance to try it out, right? And with insider programs and then stuff like that. Beta testing and stuff. So a lot of us have gotten a chance to try some of the games. And I think they've made some changes based on feedback, but they haven't really had a big show in a long time. The last thing they had was E3 last year, which was for a lot of people kind of a big disappointment because there was a lot of expectations that we didn't get. If you look behind Psychonauts right there, you see Sam. We kind of expected to see him last year, thanks to our buddy 3-Bit, who kept feeding us misinformation the whole year. So appreciate him with that. And then also, we expected to see some other like potential announcements. We got Avatar announcement, which was pretty cool, I guess. And then we had They showed a little bit of Rainbow Six Siege and a bunch of other stuff. But ultimately, it was kind of a letdown for Ubisoft last year. Now, this seems like if this is going to happen, it seems pretty big. So I'm going to kind of look into this. It says Ubisoft has numerous games in development that it is yet to reveal fully. According to several sources with direct knowledge of Ubisoft's plans, we can report that a big game showcase event from the French publisher has been in the works for some time. To avoid game announcements being drowned out by the competition, the event was meant to go ahead before this year's rumored E3. However, recent world events seemingly put those plans on hold. We understand that a total of 20 games are lined up and ready for some form of an announcement in the near future. Whether at the delayed event or otherwise, from brand new game reveals to development updates, release dates, and trailers. It's worth highlighting that you'll find the details of several previously unannounced Ubisoft games below. Also, much like its peers these days, Ubisoft is no stranger to delaying games, so take the release dates with a pinch of salt. I will say take this with a massive barrel of salt, just because, you know, we don't know 100%. This is coming from Tom Henderson, who says multiple sources with direct knowledge, right? But we don't know 100%. What's up, Pong Soul?
What is going on? I didn't think you were going to let me in here. What's up?
Yeah, dude. Were you waiting long?
Yeah, I was waiting for like 30 seconds. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh,
let me in.
I'm sorry, dude. You got to knock.
Did you knock?
No, I did not knock. Oh, Jesus. So we got two guests here tonight. We got a fuzzy and we got a 3-bit.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh,
Good to see you both.
Burn.
Good to see you both. 3-bit. Are you going to fall asleep?
Uh-oh. What?
He fell
Are you gonna
asleep in
fall
the
asleep?
party last night. He like joined our party when we were trying to
Listen.
play Tiny Tina's, and he didn't say anything. He just fell asleep.
Listen,
hey, that's
he
not the
played
first time
Halo.
he's done that.
No,
All right.
it's not.
but I was really tired and I wasn't playing with you guys. If I'm not playing with you guys, I'm just sitting in the dashboard and I'm just lazily
That's bullshit.
You didn't
You
even
fell
jump in the
asleep.
game.
You didn't even buy the game. You said you couldn't figure it out.
I couldn't at first, and I just gave up. And then I just started playing. What did I play? GTA. I played.
You played Halo because you were complaining about the desync in the chat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I played Halo. I was just jumping around. Then I fell asleep at one point, and then when I woke up, you guys were leaving. So I was like, oh, okay, bye. So,
Yeah. You slept
Yeah.
through the whole thing pretty much. We had a blast though last night while you were sleeping, playing some Tiny
Like, yeah, we
Tina's.
did.
it sounded really fun.
Yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit later too.
Yeah.
But getting back to this, so we just are starting to dive into this Ubisoft Blowout detail. That's a big rumor leak that there's going to be planning a big show potentially around E3 time. They said it was planned for before, but just because of circumstances and stuff, it's gotten pushed back. However, if this show happens, it's supposed to be massive, and I'm excited about the potential of this because here's a list of the games that may potentially be shown at some Ubisoft massive event. First off, Skull and Bones. Again, xfire.com's Tom Henderson says Ubisoft recently opened up applications for public testing of Skull and Bones, and CFO Frederick Duguet is very happy with its progress, which we've heard from other people that Skull and Bones is finally making some progress. Skull and Bones has been no stranger to development troubles this past several years. However, it seems Ubisoft finally understands exactly what it wants this title to be. All right, Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. This is one we saw last year, so I think that's scheduled to come out early 2023 or so. So that, or late this year, so that would make sense for the Avatar game to show up again. Now here's one that is interesting: Division Heartland, one of the free-to-play games that they did announce. I don't know who all here got a chance to play it.
I
I only
not,
saw some of the
unfortunately.
early release, the NDA beta stuff.
Yeah,
I
we
didn't
can't
get
really
the chance
talk
to play
about it, but we can say, yeah. So I tried it for a little bit, right?
Mhm.
I wanted to. I was pretty jealous.
It was a PC beta, right?
Yeah. Okay. I got a PC.
Yeah, it's yeah, you were out of town, I think. You were at like a Dave Matthews Band concert.
Oh yeah, that's right. I
Yeah.
was in West Palm Beach, Florida. Damn.
And what? Yeah, you were.
All right.
That's right. So I suppose okay. Here's something that might excite Lupa especially. Immortals Phoenix Rising sequel.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it. And I did say, I think a long time ago, that Skull and Bones was a thing and it will be happening.
Yeah.
So it
Well,
is
like,
happening.
will those get you like really pumped? You know, we see those show up.
Skull and Bones, yes. I'm really looking forward to Avatar and Immortal Phoenix Rising. A second one of those would be really cool. It was a great game. But there's one that you're not talking about, which is Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, that's on the list. So we'll get
We're
there
getting
for
there.
sure.
Yeah, but it's not the free to play thingy. It's it was
Rift.
it was supposed to be part of Ragnarok
Mm-hmm.
or
Yeah, that's on this
Assassin's
list.
Creed. Yeah, and it's like they worked a long time on the DLC that should have been part of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and they decided, oh no, we just take that and we'll make it a game of its own about Basim. And it's like, what? They've not even given us the second year information. And now that it's divided because people didn't want to pay the $40 for Ragnarok, it's a divided community now because we feel like we've been ripped off because that was no way a 30-40 hour game or DLC, I should say. And they've now decided to make the DLC that they had planned for the second year of Valhalla into a game of its own and make us buy that as an interim between Infinity and Valhalla. And there is still no map of what the 2-year content we're supposed to be getting. There's no map for it yet. Even they've not even told us what we're getting. So it's a bit of a cock up by them because they have divided the Assassin's Creed community greatly.
Yeah, and like it's weird coming from their first $1 billion game being Valhalla, right? Like
exactly.
So it says that it was first reported in February, Assassin's Creed Rift, and aims to fill in a thin near-term release schedule. According to Schreier at Bloomberg, the title will not be a fully fledged Assassin's Creed title and is scheduled to release toward the end of 2022 or 2023. So we'll see. I mean,
I just don't think that they've made a big mess of it because they overcharged us for that DLC massively, and hardcore fans like myself bought it. And yes, but it's a great DLC, and there's lots of mechanics in there that should have been in the original game, but it's nowhere near as good as Origins Gods DLC, and it's just nowhere near it. I mean, it's good. I'm not saying it's not good. The mechanics are great. I love the fact that you can fly with the owl and assassinate. That's really good, and it can be tough because you've got to use these powers that you can walk on lava and be one of the mess people, and then you can be one of the frost giants as well, and you can use your arrow to fire your arrows and transport there, if you get what I mean, where it lands in certain places. And you can also use your bird to assassinate. And once you've powered that bird up, you can actually stay flying for quite a long time. The map itself, if you look at the map, is really small. And to be honest, it was nowhere near worth $40. So it's a bit of a mess. And it's divided the community, and I can't see the community being happy at having to pay for this game that was originally a DLC for year 2 of Valhalla. It's just, I don't know. It's just a mess. I hope they sort themselves out because at the moment it's all over the place. It's just a joke, really.
Yeah. Well, then next is Assassin's Creed Infinity, Lupa. is the next on the list. So
apparently.
there was Rift, and then there's Infinity. So do you think that Rift is going to bridge the gap between Valhalla and Infinity, and they're not like, I mean, it doesn't seem like that. Why do they need anything else to bridge that?
They
gap?
don't. They should have just let people be wanting the next game. They should have left people, with their tongues out. Please, please, when are we going to get the next? Instead, they're filling it with DLC that we know we should have got in Valhalla. And it's like, I don't care how much work you put into the DLC. It was originally a DLC we were expecting in year 2 of Valhalla. And now you've decided to take that away from us. So what are we going to get in its place for year 2? They told us they were keeping the game alive for 2 years. And we're supposed to be getting a year 2 map. We haven't even had that. They're not being as informative as they were with Odyssey, where it mapped out exactly what you were getting when you were getting it. And I just think, I feel that people have been ripped off.
Yeah. What's the deal with that 3-bit?
I don't know.
What's going on?
Put 3-bit out there.
Do you have an answer? I mean,
stop trying to make money.
Let's see. How do I answer this? I think a lot of the original plans for Assassin's Creed kept shifting. For at least for Odyssey, it really comes down to money and scheduling and
not Odyssey. You mean Valhalla, right?
Valhalla, yeah.
Yeah, Valhalla.
Did I say Odyssey? Yeah.
You did, darling, yeah.
Yeah, for Valhalla, it really came down to a lot of different factors, but the end of it was mostly money at the from what I know, and the teams, they are still really passionate, and gosh, I wish I could answer this like fully, and maybe I will behind.
No, you can't. I'm just messing with you, dude. You can't. I know you can't say anything.
For the most part, it's money.
That's obvious. They charged us $40 for a 15-hour DLC. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm
but
talking
it's not
about like
the devs. I want to
that...
point that out. It's not the devs. It's management at Ubisoft, right? And it's like they keep making them do stuff they don't want to do, and they keep pushing out stuff they're not ready to release. And to be honest, I don't think they know where the second year of Valhalla's going. We're already in March, for goodness. Well, we're nearly into April.
Yeah, it should already have
there's
some kind
nothing.
Of
we have no map at all of what's happening.
Well, maybe Lupa, like this Ubisoft show, will happen before E3, and that roadmap will be part of that potentially.
Well, it shouldn't be on a show. It should be the Assassin's Creed family, if you like, the Assassin's Creed fans should have their map like we did in Odyssey. We had the map of what was going to happen and what we were going to be getting. And I think they're undecided, and it's all over the place because of Assassin's Creed Infinity. They want to make money, so they want a free-to-play game. And I actually don't think it's going to work in the Assassin's Creed world, if you like. I can't see how it's going to be good for Assassin's Creed at all. What they had Origins, which was a really good game and not to be knocked at all.
Yeah, that was one of my favorites. I really liked Origins.
But the actual DLC you got in that game was awesome, and that made everybody love it. And then the DLC you got in Odyssey, that was really good, and the map was huge. Now they've made the map huger in Valhalla and filled it with rubbish, absolute rubbish. And it's just, it seems like it wasn't ready, and management pushed it out, even though they shouldn't have.
Yeah, it's like a beautiful world that's not really filled with a lot of different things to do, right? It's not very.
It's got better. Yeah, it has got better. And the DLCs that they gave us as part of our season pass and stuff were no match at all for Odyssey and Origins at all. Not even a speck on the map compared to them, and it's boring and it's the same stuff. I mean, if I have to blow up another bloody door with an oil jar, I'll scream the place down. It's just, you know, and for me to say that is heartbreaking, because Origins and Odyssey were so good, and I still rate Odyssey, then Origins, and then Valhalla by a long way. And it's like Valhalla, I have to keep forcing myself to go back and play it, and I don't want to. That's how bad it is.
Wow. And you're such an
But the
Assassin's Creed
DLC, yeah, I have. But the DLC, i.e., that they made us pay for, that's what we should have had as the game in the first place.
It's funny, like Lupa sounds like Fuzzy when it comes to GT7.
right?
Absolutely. I know. I feel his pain. I feel his pain.
Yeah.
But it's like the people who are super passionate about a franchise, they know it, like they definitely know what should be in a game and what shouldn't be in a game, and they know when. I mean, GT7 is a case where you obviously know you're being taken advantage of, and the devs are seeing what they can get away with for the most part in this case. With Assassin's Creed, I was a big fan of the first few Assassin's Creed, like 1 through 4, and they're definitely, Ubisoft is taking a direction where they are really trying to find a product where they can really like live service, where they can put live service games in their stuff, even if it may not seem like it necessarily fits. They will try to find a way to make it fit. There's been a lot of newer games that has come out with the Ubisoft, like
Ghost Recon Frontline
done really well.
Ghost Recon Frontline's the next one on the list. 3-bit. That's another games of service, right?
But the thing is, 3-bit is that they're alienating their community. The fact is that we took the change from the original ACs into the last, well, we'll call it the trilogy, Origins, Odyssey, Valhalla. We accepted that and we went with it. Most of us, a lot didn't like it, but we went with it, and we carried on being Assassin's Creed fans. But now they're alienating I can't even say it now, alienating their community, and by doing this, they're going to lose a lot of people who love Assassin's Creed. And it's not just me. I might be an Assassin's Creed fan on your podcast, but there are millions of us out there, millions, and they're alienating. And I'm at the point where I won't now buy an Assassin's Creed until I see, and I was a day one pre-order, no problem, never worried about it. Now I won't be doing that. And there's a lot of people out there think the same as me.
And you're kind of hard to, like, you know, you usually are on the positive side of things. You know what I mean?
I do try. I always try to be positive, and I do see that there is a lot of potential in Valhalla with this Dawn of Ragnarok they bought out, but so many people did not buy it. I mean, who turns around and says, well, okay, here's your DLC, Dawn of Ragnarok, it's going to cost you $40, but I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to allow the people that pay for the pre-order of Dawn of Ragnarok to get this new outfit and weapons for free. But we're going to run it to April the 9th when the DLC came out beginning of March. I mean, oh, come on. How bad is that? So I pre-ordered it. I get my outfit and my weapons. They now become useless because everybody can get them up to April 9th when the DLC came out March 10. And it's like, excuse me? So if you got no benefit from pre-ordering it. And, you know, I think that they should do a better job in what they're doing, or hide it better, one or the other.
Or hide it better. They used to be better at hiding that stuff.
They used to be better at hiding it, but now it's just so blatantly obvious that cash grabbing that it makes people be turned off. And to be honest, I've struggled with Valhalla, and I've never said that about Assassin's Creed game before. Unity maybe when I was halfway in a roof, but that was just a glitch you could get out of, and it wasn't that bad. But now it's really, really bad. But when you see the potential that's in that Dawn of Ragnarok DLC, and then you see what we got when Valhalla released, you can see the disparity and the cash grab is real, and
Well,
it's sad.
That's the
And
thing
I'm
about
heartbroken
Ubisoft
over
lately.
it.
It's been a lot of cash grabbing. But going into that, because I expected this whole Ubisoft conversation to be a lot more exciting and positive because of all the excitement about the potential big show. But it seems like we're realizing a lot of bad stuff as we're going through the list, and which goes into this game as well. And I'm curious Fuzzy's thoughts on this, because I know Fuzzy is kind of into like these military shooters and stuff, right? So Ghost Recon Frontline is and one of the other ones that are supposed to be potentially shown. It was announced and had a closed access test earlier this year. And according to, again, on xfire.com, and Tom Henderson said, currently there's much uncertainty about the role of NFTs in this game. However, our sources state that Ghost Recon Frontline will be Ubisoft's primary vehicle for NFT usage, and that it plans to integrate them on a much bigger scale than anything previously. Because of Ubisoft's plans, it's believed that Ghost Recon Frontline could be the furthest away from release out of the 3 free-to-play FPS titles, meaning this one, X Defiant, and also Heartland. Fuzzy, does this dampen your excitement at all about Ghost Recon Frontline, or are you more excited for it?
See, Ubisoft is funny with some of their monetization stuff, because I've purchased some of the skins in like Division 1 and 2, and even some of the stuff that was in like Ghost Recon Wildlands without any problems, because the pricing was reasonable for what it was, and it was like a unique look in comparison to what was already in the base game itself. Frontline had already started off on a bad foot for me when they brought up the whole NFT thing. But as far as the whole free-to-play, there's enough of us out there that are Tom Clancy fans and some of their tactical shooter fans that will be willing to buy a full-fledged game as long as they stay kind of true to Tom Clancy, or at least stay true to what their original source material was. But Frontline, I was kind of lukewarm on that one, only because I'm not as much of a battle royale kind of guy. Like Heartland for Division, still, even though it doesn't have any of the special abilities or anything like that in it, it's almost like survival, but with just the weapons and stuff like that. I'm looking more forward to that. I would like to see more info on that. X Defiant, not too warm on that one either, but I was just hoping for like something more to form of like what Wildlands was. Like when Ghost Recon Wildlands came out, I was kind of like, that game should have had a battle royale, because as big as that map was, it was way bigger than what PUBG had at the time. And I figured if they could figure out a way to get enough players on the map and keep track of everything without it crashing the server, that would have been something to blow PUBG out of the water. But it just seems like instead of reiterating on that, they went and made a different game where they try to monetize everything from, the sites to grips to, all the other stuff. It just kind of turned me off from it. But Frontline, I'll kind of wait and see how it goes. Definitely still looking forward to Heartland. And then X Defiant is kind of like the one that I just wish they would not even bother with at this point, and put more effort and energy into, reshoring up the Division as far as like I guess that would be year 3 content and stuff like that, like they said they were going to originally.
That whole Division stuff kind of died down.
I think those are probably my 3 like most hopeful games on this list is Frontline, X Defiant, and Heartland, and they're all kind of like mixed right now. So I'm just like,
that's your 3 most hopeful. Those are like my 3. Like have no. Well, Heartland I kind of have a little bit of hope for, but
those are like the ones that I want to play the most on this list. And it's just like, so this like conference is already kind of like,
right. So next up is X Defiant. Now, big changes with X Defiant since we last seen it. Thank God. They have supposedly pulled the Tom Clancy branding off of this game. Pong Soul. Is that good news?
Of course it is. Anytime that we can reclaim some of Tom Clancy and diminish some more tarnish, that's always a good thing. I think that probably happened both in part to the reaction.
Yeah, I left a very scathing review of my closed beta test.
Yeah. And I think also part of it too is that they're doing that when they decided to go back to Splinter Cell again. I think that probably they didn't want that associated with X Defiant and having a Sam skin in there or whatever the hell they were going to do that we know they were going to do. I think a lot of that kind of changed. I think there was a little bit of a shift from the upper management as far as, okay, maybe just maybe we're wearing down this name too much. Maybe just maybe it doesn't have the meaning it used to anymore, especially if we're going to slap it on something like X Defiant. But yeah, no, I mean, I think it's a good thing. And obviously from everything that we saw, Matt, you played, that we talked about too behind the scenes, is that this needed an overhaul. This was like esports, it was so cringe, and I hate that word, but it really was. It was just so over the top. It was ridiculous, right? And I hope that this change, like we talked about the other day, Matt, when you go look at the site, it seems the marketing has changed, and they have toned down even the color palette that they were using, and given it a much more, given it a much more, I don't know if you want to say serious tone, but definitely not what we saw leading up to the beta. And then obviously afterwards. So I think they definitely heard the screams.
You mean next time we see a development diary on this, it won't be in an abandoned warehouse with graffiti all over the walls?
Maybe there might be still some graffiti, but it might not look like, Slimer from Ghostbusters puked all over the place. So, I think that's probably what they're going to do, is they're probably going to make it a little, like I said, just toning down the atmosphere and making it a little bit more militaristic in that way. Unless punk rock, X Games is what they were going for, obviously.
Riders Republic, Tom Clancy edition.
Yeah, that's not going to work. Lean into what you guys are good at. They've obviously, again, although from what you told me, Mav, the gunplay wasn't the best, even though they've got a lot of people that they brought on board from Call of Duty.
As well. You know what I mean?
Okay. I also tried to play it on PC.
You did too? So, I don't know how much we can say because it was like NDA stuff, right? But I'm going to ask you, Jasper, what had you excited about this stupid game?
It has potential. The one things that annoyed me the most was definitely the gunplay. It just didn't feel good. I like the potential of going to different like Tom Clancy like franchises and like playing on the maps there. Like you go to like, I guess you can't say the locations you went to in the beta, but can't talk about that. But you go to different locations from the Tom Clancy games and you fight on multiplayer maps there. So I like that aspect of it, but I don't necessarily like the I guess flamboyant character design.
I my time playing, I was like, what the F am I playing right now? I know I was in a abandoned airplane field. I don't care about the game. They can lock me out of Ubisoft's beta testing after playing that game. I don't care anymore. So no, it was bad. It was bad. I don't like it. I hope they just trash the game and never bring it out.
If they can,
that's just me.
If they can fix the gunplay, I can't talk tonight. All the other issues can just be whatever. Like if they can get decent gunplay, I can play the game forever. That's how Modern Warfare was. So Modern Warfare had the best gunplay, but
what do you think would be the best course of action to fix the gunplay?
Lower TTK, time to kill, I think, and the hit registration felt a little off, and I think the recoil felt a little floaty. Like these are I don't know if this makes sense to anyone else that doesn't play a lot of shooters, but the recoil felt kind of floaty. It didn't feel like natural like recoil you get in most games. So the gun's just
hard to get right.
Yeah,
it is actually really hard.
There's just a million first-person shooters that did it better. That's all.
And they've had other shooters, so I mean it can't be that hard within the company.
They do usually this is a
shooters
first person thing for them, but like the Rainbow, they've done first person before as well. And even in the old Splinter Cell games, they had like first person mercs.
Visually, like the guns, like they looked really nice. Like the overall like gun models in the game, they looked like real guns. So I like that part of the game, but
anyway, we'll move on from that.
really hard, like with a lot of the developers and a lot of the people at Ubisoft, it's really hard for them to well, this is in multiple things, not just Ubisoft, but it's really hard for developers to take like the correct feedback as their teams are like they essentially have teams that has like studies, right? Where they take feedback from internal things that they'll look at studies of like how a game should look, for example. And with XDefiant, it could have been like, some examples could be like spray paint and really things like Knockout City and
You must have been wearing that
shape.
shape. You must have been wearing that shirt the day they decided what XDefiant was going to look like.
Maybe.
That's where they got the inspiration from.
Yeah,
maybe.
3-Bit pitched
my
it.
whole thing
It's
is
his fault.
dang it, how'd you know? No, and I think it's really easy for some teams in the game design world to take outside feedback sometimes because they have their own internal team, like, well, we think it's better based on our studies and stuff like that. So unless
Based on our market research.
Due to our market research, we feel like this is better. Now I'm
the
not
problem-
talking about gameplay features, but I'm talking
All
more
they had to
so-
do, I know this is going to sound like a lot simpler. All they had to do was take Rainbow Six shooting, but add like the movement speed from XDefiant into that. Because like the movement in Rainbow Six Siege is really slow,
Slow.
but if you can speed it up, you get a fast competitive shooter. Because the
Yeah.
shooting in Rainbow Six is really good. That's all they had to do.
Yeah. And what 3-Bit's saying is like
That's logical.
what 3-Bit's saying is their market research says that if we add cool colors and animations to this game, like it's going to be more appealing to kids from the ages of 16 to 25.
Exactly.
And it's going to sell 60% higher to that demographic. You know, like that's potential. That's the kind of market research they go based off, which is all bullshit because it all just depends on if the game is good or not. Like if you get bad word of mouth, it's going to kill a game these days. If you get good word of mouth, it's going to help sell a game. We see it even franchises that are tried and true over the last 20 years.
Battlefield.
Yes,
Yeah.
are very
and the
susceptible to
developers
collapsing.
who are like Jasper, like you just need to take this and this. They don't get a say. For the
Yeah,
most
no.
part.
Yeah,
They don't really get a say.
common
It's
sense
mostly
doesn't
the
prevail
people who do the market research
because they get paid for it and they have to be justified for the paying that, and they also have to be justified for receiving the payment.
Well, send
Right,
me a
exactly.
survey and I'll fill it out.
So we'll see. We'll
They
see
don't
how
wanna
it
send me a
goes.
survey.
But XDefiant still exists. I hope it's making even more massive changes. Looking forward to trying it again in its new form in the future. Prince of Persia: Sands of Time remake. Last time we saw this game as well was hot garbage. Wow, this is going really badly right now. Can we like? Is it going to get better anytime soon? So that's
No.
one.
Another Prince of Persia game.
But they did delay it like for years, as opposed to when it was supposed to come out. So maybe it's got a massive overhaul. Then there's another Prince of Persia, an unknown title. Maybe this will be a good one. Additional details of the title were slim, but I hope we'll be able to reveal more shortly. Nonetheless, it does seem that Ubisoft is actually working on a second Prince of Persia title. All right, so here's one Kate might be excited about. The Crew 3, Project Orlando. I saw 3-Bit just nod his head, yeah, like he knew something about this. Anyway, the Crew 3, Project Orlando. The next title for the Crew was leaked last year as assumed DLC for the Crew 2. Currently codenamed Project Orlando, it will be a brand new game featuring a new driving engines, that actually has me excited, and other overhauls. The title has been in development for some time and could be announced later this year.
But can you get out of your car?
No.
Fuck it.
No.
I don't want it.
This is not GTA.
I mean,
You
you've
can't
been
get out of
playing
your-
Forza.
You can't get out of your car and
I
Forza Horizon.
know. Nav reminded me of that. He downloaded what Need for Speed was it that you just installed for me?
Heat. Need for Speed Heat.
Yeah, but like I didn't like it. I loved the city, but my screen like shook when I drove.
Yeah. that annoying to you?
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Maybe we'll turn it off in the settings. I don't know.
Were you
turn
going
it
over
off.
gravel?
Huh?
Were you going over gravel?
No, it wasn't when I was going
Oh.
over gravel. It was
It's
like,
that power of the engine.
yeah,
the
something
car.
like that, or I don't know. I didn't like the feel of it.
Yeah. So you how long did you try it? Like an hour, maybe 2 hours.
2 minutes. It was ass.
The power
Yeah,
of the
I
right.
did it
I
for
agree with
hours.
Caitlin. I prefer Forza to
Yeah.
Need for
I've-
Speed.
No,
but
did
I
it
don't
for,
like the fact that
5
everybody's on your
minutes,
map.
and I was
and-
like, I don't like it.
I was my brain went somewhere else with that. Sorry.
Okay, so another thing that I didn't like about it is there was no people in it. They didn't even have
Try
like
to run
fake
people over.
people like walking on the streets and stuff. It was just like a dead city.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
people
it's
Why
only
can't
race.
you
exist
like
in
make
cars.
believe and pretend I'm in a city when there's like nobody there?
Well, yeah, because when you have races, people are not on the
No,
sidewalk.
I like to
They're-
like, you
This
know,
is
stop
street-
into
this
the
is
gas
street racing, yeah.
stations and pretend I'm filling up my car and stuff like that. That's how I play these games.
Right. Would you
I don't
would you
play
love
games
if
like
you
you
pulled
guys
over
play
and there was
games.
like a gas pump simulator?
I like Burnout then, because you can do that a lot in Burnout Paradise. It's an older game though.
Yeah, I was thinking about a game that did that. I can't
Oh,
think
I
of it.
Hopefully
prefer
You can't get out of your
Drive.
car though.
Yeah.
Just
Burnout,
drive through
that
the
you
gas
crash
station.
the cars.
Yeah. Yeah, it refilled your nitrous, didn't it? In Burnout Paradise? Yeah, so babe,
Yeah,
what,
the
I don't like to
repairs-
go fast,
Repair
though,
shops fixed
so-
your stuff.
what if in like Test Drive Unlimited 2 or Solaris or Crown or whatever it's called coming out? What if you can like get out of your car and walk up to the gas station pump and you know it goes into like gas simulator and you like have to like do all the steps. to, like, fill
Absolute
your
dream
car.
come true for me. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Somebody
I want to
just
be
needs
able to
make
go
a-
into like every building.
Right.
Yeah, they just need to make a GTA without the crimes, or other than like
But
speeding.
I
and
like. I
stuff
kind of
like
like the crimes.
How about call it like
that.
driving Miss Daisy or something like that, like
Oh, that
game.
sounds lame.
or like
But anyway,
Sunnyville. I don't know. Like
I mean, I hope they do something like that in GTA 6.
I just
where
have
they
a little
really
tip
up
for
it.
people that play GTA though. If you
Don't.
go next to the casino
yeah.
and you can be outside of the casino and you can kill people that are outside of it and take their money,
Mhm.
and before the cops get to you, just enter the casino, and when you go back out they're completely gone. And you can also go up to the rooftop terrace where there's like a pool and stuff, and you can also kill those people and then just go back down in the casino.
You could just also do a mission to get more money quicker.
I don't like to do those make me nervous.
Yeah. She's just
I
like
can't
to mass
do
murder
that.
people in GTA and get their money and then
Well, they
I-
just introduced GTA Plus, where they give you
yeah.
money every month.
yeah,
What?
Oh, don't tell
it's
us
like a
that. Don't tell
subscription
us
service
this.
to GTA where
I
you
mean,
get rewards
what?
every month.
I don't know what I'm talking
What
about.
are you gonna
Um,
get like cosmetics and clothes and shit?
Well, my goal right now is to get the penthouse.
Yeah.
I want
yeah.
the penthouse.
How many murders are
that's
you
it.
away from getting the penthouse?
About 3 million.
I only have like 300 something thousand right now because I bought like a ton of cars to fill my garage up.
Yeah.
Well, now you can just join the online monthly thing. You'll be fine. You'll get free
Exactly.
money.
They give you
Exactly. Free houses.
$500,000 a month, I think.
Yep. Yep.
Wow. Okay.
That's
Sold.
like 3 minutes of gameplay.
3 minutes.
Yeah.
You can get 500K in 3 minutes.
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, you could.
Jasper's making stuff up.
Well,
I need
that's
you guys to
faster
help
than
me
GT7.
some missions.
We almost finished one, right? Or I thought we did. finish
No,
a couple.
we have not finished a single one because we keep getting booted out of every party.
I think
Oh.
I carried some of you all through a heist, like at one
Yeah,
point.
you did.
Yeah.
we finished the heist.
I thought we got like far on
Did we?
that.
I don't know if
I
we
don't
ever
remember.
finished
Psycho
it.
wasn't
I don't
there.
know if we ever
I don't
finished.
think we finished
I
it.
think we failed at like the helicopter mission or like the jet mission at the end or something.
Oh yeah, because I remember like
And the boat.
a
the
boat.
No, three, but
The
didn't you and
boat.
I like stay on the boat because neither of us like knew how to fly?
Yeah, that was it. like me and Mav doing work, flying, and then like you guys are like,
Me and
oh
Peter were just like
no!
walking around on the boat, like
Well, I forgot why, but yeah.
Yeah, and then 3
There
bits.
was a reason why we stay in the boat.
3 bits,
Oh,
great
on the
idea. Like
stumble.
we're flying over a military base, and we need to do like a mission in it. And he's like, I have an idea. Let's all go back and get like our parachutes or something. I forget. What did you? Yeah, go get our parachutes
Oh.
and then fly back here. And it was gonna take like an hour probably to do all this shit. We're like, can't we just like land? You know, let's just land inside the base. It's like, no, we're gonna fly away and buy some parachutes and fly all the way back.
But it
Well,
was
And then
like,
you all
cool.
don't know how to parachute, so you smack it in the
Cool,
ground at
almost.
100 miles
Right,
an hour.
exactly. So
But it was cool though. That's the point.
yeah,
Because I thought it'd
Yeah.
be cool if we just abandoned the helicopter. We all jump out and we just parachute, and then
Yeah.
that's cooler. Than
yeah, and then we
landing.
leave our ride home destroyed.
and then we have to find a way back.
Right? We could just like land somewhere discreet and then just go in, you know. I don't know. Just a thought.
That's boring. Nah.
I think I fell out of the helicopter once and didn't know how to open the parachute and just fell to my death
Yeah.
on the deck of the freaking aircraft carrier.
It's like,
I'm like,
well, we lost one before the mission started. He's just splatter on the deck.
this is not going well already. Thanks, 3-bit.
All right, next game, Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. The first Mario Rabbids game was my favorite game on the Switch so
That was
far.
really good.
Really good game. So I actually am potentially intrigued with this. I don't know what cool mechanics are going to add, but
I don't even like
am-
XCOM, but I like that.
Yeah, it's a tactics game. It's pretty solid.
Yeah.
You know, it's got great gameplay. That's fun. Next is Roller Champions.
That just got delayed.
Did it?
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay. It says Roller Champions is apparently ready for launch, and the quiet delay could have been a result of pushing the entire planned Ubisoft event back. However, that's speculation. Maybe they're going to do a like
Surprise drop.
surprise drop potentially whenever. Okay, so the Ubisoft Montreal is actually making that. That sounds like a.
It's supposed to be like Rocket League, but you're on skates.
Is it free to play?
I don't know.
Interesting. Okay, it looks like a Knockout City / Rocket League / whatever, you know. Beyond Good and Evil 2. Maybe
Mhm.
actually at this event. When was it revealed?
Yeah.
Like 8 years ago?
Something
It was
like
Probably.
It was before the Series X even came out, so
Because before
Yeah.
like the
That's my
1X
most
came out, I think.
anticipated game from Ubisoft.
That is, yes. I've been waiting for that since freaking ever. I'm like, and then they teased it. I think 18. They gave us an updated teaser.
They did
Wow.
that, and they reached out to artists to have like some of their renderings in the game, like graffiti on walls or advertisements and things like that. And then they went silent.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't want to ever like you can paint a Big Mac on the wall.
Wow.
Thanks.
I just like the spaceship in a spaceship in a spaceship type of thing. Like you can have your space scooter and like a speeder spaceship that's in a bigger, like I guess mothership type of thing. And that was pretty cool as far as having all that, but all
like
the space
closest
travel
thing
and
to
just
Star Citizen.
yeah.
So it does seem like Tom Henderson believes that this one may not actually be at whatever the showcase is, because he says Beyond Good and Evil 2 seems like a game that will never release, and although the same has been said about Skull and Bones in the past, it's hard to not make a direct comparison. The title has suffered from many problems these past couple of years, with some comments from developers to him in November 2021 suggesting that the game could be canned. Despite these comments, it appears Beyond Good and Evil 2 now lies in the Ubisoft category of we've spent too much and we can't give up now. I wouldn't be expecting to hear much about Beyond Good and Evil 2 for a while, he says. So maybe that's not, I don't know. Maybe, will we ever see Beyond Good and Evil 2?
they canceled. I mean, Rainbow Six before, so quietly, Rainbow Six Patriots. They canceled that game, so that was into development for like 7 years, and they're just like, man, we're done.
Yeah, well, that remember his Rainbow Six Patriots was supposed to come
Yeah.
out, and then they like changed
What I
it.
just said.
Oh, did you? Okay, I'm sorry.
You're done.
All right,
They've
so
been off and on again on Splinter Cell as well. So that's another one that's kind of
yeah, but we have got an official announcement on that, and that is next up on the list. Now, all the bad shit that we just went through, all of this horrible stuff, this is the only thing that matters, right? This is
The
all that
Division mobile
matters,
game?
right? No, that's I'm not even gonna mention that stupid thing. All right, so this is the only thing that matters on this entire list, and this erases all the bad, because with all the bad, you got to have at least one good, right? All the bad, you got to have at least one good. Now, Tom Henderson says, in October 2021, he leaked via VGC that Ubisoft had greenlit a new Splinter Cell title, which would then be confirmed by Ubisoft a short while later. I do remember Tom Henderson saying that first. Also, he says Splinter Cell Remake is still in very early production, and although it probably won't release until 2024 at the earliest, we could see some form of CGI trailer to help boost talent interest for the project if Ubisoft thinks that is required. The developer, Ubisoft Toronto, he says expecting it to be announced maybe 2024 to 2025. So we knew it's an early pre-production game, early in development, and that they're getting the team together. All that's kind of known. But the good news is that it is a full-on like reboot, pretty much, of the franchise, and it gives us a lot of hope for Splinter Cell. So will we see Splinter Cell finally make an appearance at a big show? Is it time?
hopefully.
Is it too early though?
Not this year.
Not
Next
Yeah.
year.
Not this year?
I think it's too early.
Too early.
The reason I don't believe this list is because there's no Just Dance.
That's true.
Good point.
Shit. Is Just Dance is that still a thing? I mean, like, I know it's been
One
a
every
thing
year,
for
I
20,
think.
like years almost, or 10, 15 years.
Every
so-
single year without fail.
Okay. Well, maybe you just didn't include those gimmies. You know what I mean? Like maybe
Yeah.
they're gonna have a show for the hardcore.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Now I don't know if he's
Not
saying
Ubisoft, no.
I don't really think he's saying that everything on this list is going to be at the show. He's just giving it like an
Yeah.
update on all the projects that we know about, and then saying what could be at the show, right? So, as far as that goes, I'm going to say yes. It's time to see Splinter Cell. They have been silent too long. If they don't show it, there's going to be even more questions. They got to at least give us a glimpse. Show us Sarah.
They do your night vision goggles turning on noise, and
Yeah.
that's about it.
You remember the writing
Probably
the
just get-
book with Sarah Fisher
Mm,
is the main character? Pong?
yeah,
3-bit?
I do.
Oh, brother.
Remember this?
We talked about this 2 hours straight. You and I covered this. Yes.
Yeah.
Sarah is coming. It's a perfect segue. It's got to be.
Yeah.
It's got to be. It's just a perfect way to start up that franchise again.
So which one of us gets the credit for this? Okay.
I don't know.
Like,
it was a community
All
thing.
of us.
It was all of
Yeah,
us
it
because
was
we all
all
kind of
of
put
us.
it together.
We did. It was like a shared discussion.
It was.
Nah. all came
I think it
about.
was all either Kate or Mav.
I think
I think it was
I'm not even gonna
3-bit
say-
for like knowing what's coming and just like dropping little info.
when
like,
Kate said a female
bits.
protagonist, 3-bit.
'Cause I remember this was a really early conversation. I can't remember when you guys talked about
It was
this,
right
like,
before
after a
it
show.
was right before
It was
E3
before E3.
last year.
Yep.
Yeah, it was.
it's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was one of our pre E3 shows, and that was after we had gone live and we were talking in the green room, and that's when it all came about.
I'll take the credit.
Yeah,
I'm cool with that.
Kate was the first one to say female. Like, what if it's a girl?
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
she
3-bit
said
went.
what I was thinking.
And then 3-bit. Now this is like after our show, guys. The stuff that you don't see. And then 3-bit went like
Yeah.
this.
He had his smirk and he turned. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
we
like.
called him out on it.
And so then like I think Pong and I and like
Yeah. We started talking about Sarah.
we started talking
and-
about Sarah and like coming up with a whole plot and stuff, that could be. And then 3-bit loses his shit even more and starts getting squirmy, just like he is right now in his chair. start smiling,
It's all
covering up his big smile, you know, like because he can't contain it because he doesn't want to lose he didn't want to lose his job and get sued from Ubisoft and all this stuff, you know. But we were he can't
You're not
say
saying
anything.
yes or no. You're just smiling. You're all right.
He can't say
Yeah,
anything.
I'm covered.
So, you know, we were just
It
like
was
joking
definitely
with him.
Caitlin said it first, though.
Yeah.
Then you all jumped on it.
So our prediction still, now without any help from 3-Bit, because he's been stingy and hasn't been able to actually say anything, is that this book that they announced that almost it's the same exact plot that we talked about after our show is going to be potentially in line with the plot of what this new Splinter Cell reboot is going to be, introducing Sarah Fisher, Sam's daughter, as a main character, and it's the perfect way to usher Sam out in the game and introduce Sarah to the audience and potentially be the new protagonist going forward from Ubisoft. And also, market research says female protagonists are all the rage these days. So maybe that's going to be what happens.
It'll be Joanna Dark versus Sarah Fisher.
Now Joanna Dark's canceled. Remember all of whatever left the company.
Oh yeah, I forgot, yeah. And it's a live service game now as well. Wasn't that what the rumor was? Now what if Splinter Cell reboot is that? No, that's not, because they said it's a single player focused game.
Yes.
Right?
No live service.
Okay, they've already crushed any bad thoughts that we could have about that game. They've already answered those questions. So, will it have spies
game
versus Merc?
If it's a single player game, it wouldn't have multiplayer.
But it can have a multiplayer like thing.
We talked about this, man. That comes out as a standalone.
You think so?
And it fits right into what they want to do. Yeah.
Oh.
If Splinter Cell hits big, they bring back Spies versus Mercs as a standalone.
What if they add it as like an add-on to like Rainbow Six?
They could, or they could just do another free to play and monetize the shit out of it and call it a day. Which, again, I'm fine with, as long as Splinter Cell's back to popularity again. They're gonna milk it. We'll get Spies versus Mercs for sure.
Right.
Yeah, it makes sense. But yeah, it would fit right in with Rainbow Six as well. You could do that as an expansion.
So with Ubisoft Plus coming to Xbox, like that also got some potential for some maybe exclusive potential content and deals, you know, through there. I don't know.
I was gonna say, do you think they'll bring back Spies versus Mercs? Because like the kind of current like multiplayer like stuff is like BRs and stuff. Like, do you think they'll try to like do some kind of like bigger, like more like expansive multiplayer mode?
Well, I hope Ubisoft just doesn't try and copycat the rest of the whole damn games industry like they've been doing for the last 20 years. And then like, if this model works, let's do that. Let's just be different. You know what's different, Ubisoft? Being yourself and doing the same shit you've been doing in the past, because it worked before, it'll work again. You don't have to do something like crazy.
But they can't sell NFTs in that, so.
Yes, they can. I can tell if they want to sell NFTs, I'll tell them how they can sell a damn NFT inside Spies versus Mercs. It's not hard. Give us some NFT ass goggles that are custom. You know, just give me some special goggles that NFT the shit out of it. If that's what it takes to get a Spies versus Mercs, I don't care. Just leave it out of the gameplay, right? Let me play the damn Spies versus Mercs game, asymmetric gameplay. Let me be a spy, creep up behind a Merc that's talking shit in proximity to me, and let me snap his neck, and then move on and hunt the next one. Right? That's what I want. You know, I don't need it to be BR-ified. You know, I don't need any of that stuff. I just want good old Clancy spy game. Multiplayer. Let's go.
With an occasional pom-pom beanie as a cosmetic.
Yeah. You know what? If you put pom-poms, you can put a damn Santa hat on them. I don't give a shit. You can put a teddy bear lapel on them. You know, you can have them wear fuzzy slippers. You can put a little bunny ears and bunny tail on them. I don't give a shit as long as it's.
How about a clown outfit? You down for a clown outfit?
You want X Defiant?
No, I don't want, because X Defiant, that's the default. X Defiant, that's the default. I can choose whether to put the bunny ears on my guy and make him look like an idiot if I want to, or I can just let him be a badass spy. So then I'll snap the necks of the mercs that are wearing the bunny ears and the bunny tails, right? But in X Defiant, I show up in neon green, you know, like spray paint jacket and stupid gas mask on that's like my hair go pink and shit. I don't know, man. It's like I'm not. You don't look like a fucking a Splinter Cell or a
Soldier?
Merc in there. No, you look like you just came out of the X Games crowd, and you are looking to shoot somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's just what it looks like. Hey everybody. Hi chat. How's it going, chat?
Have a little
sidetracked.
ranty talking about.
I'm sorry.
Splitters.
Yeah, got a little ranty.
Interesting.
What's interesting, Pong? Do you have breaking
Remember when
news?
Well, you remember when I shared that Age of Mythology tweet from Jez?
Yeah.
And again, Jez does tweet out random things, not always meaning anything, but there are times where he does do this. So he tweeted out earlier today, for anybody who didn't see it in chat or listening, he tweeted out Age of Mythology was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now, if anybody who doesn't remember, Age of Mythology was an RTS done by Ensemble, who was folded after they got done with the first Halo Wars by Microsoft. Microsoft actually owns this IP. Age of Mythology is a fantastic RTS. It sold even when it launched, which was, my God, I can't remember how long ago. It sold 99, yeah, something like that. It sold over 1 million copies, which back then, that's pretty damn big for an RTS, right? Age of Mythology is really cool. I played a lot of it. So he tweeted out Age of Mythology was pretty cool. Well, 6 minutes ago, Jeff Grubb quote tweeted him and said, could be cool again. Those two have been known to do this. Those two have been known to do this. So kind of, yeah, exactly. Trip to Mexico comes to mind. Again, not everything means anything. There have been times where they just joked around, but I just thought that was pretty interesting that Jeff did that. So, Age of Mythology, maybe.
Is that the other game that was supposed to be maybe that World's Edge had another partner for? Probably.
That's what I've always kind of thought.
Maybe. Yeah, possibly they could be bringing it back. So if we get an Age of Empires console version, and then on top of it, they announce an Age of Mythology coming maybe next year, maybe 2 years from now. Damn, we're going to be eating good in the RTS department.
And Crusader Kings comes out soon.
Yep.
And
Crusader
we're
Kings.
also going to have that other grand strategy game, the 4 times strategy game coming from one of those devs that's been leaked.
And more some of the double A's are producing. Spellforce is coming too as well, if it's not already out. I can't remember. Spellforce is the one that got delayed. That's an RTS/RPG. They're trying. They're really trying to put them on console, which I'd be happy about. The Age of Mythology would be out of the blue, but that still has a name. Like I said, when you go back and look at Age of Mythology's history, man, a lot of people love that game and played it. I hit.
So is it like Age of Empires, but like fantasy? Kind of.
Yeah, it's Age of Mythology is like Greek mythology. It's got right. It's got the gods and stuff.
But they had like special powers. You could like drop meteors and tornadoes and like all kinds of cool stuff.
Oh yeah,
it was very, very cool. If you go back and look at it, I dropped in the DMs with Steel too, and Steel DM me back and said the last game. He goes that's the last game I spent over 300 hours in. So
really?
Even him, yeah. So it's an incredible game.
They added DLC to it in 2015 on Steam or something.
Yeah, out of the blue. Yeah, somebody added it. Yeah. Yep.
I wonder after the Activision Blizzard deal goes through if we'll get a StarCraft on Xbox.
Yep. Oh, I can guarantee you StarCraft is coming back.
Oh, I remember this game.
Yeah, you remember that game? We get to pick your god, and you start and it's like Egyptian gods, Greek gods, Viking gods.
Yes.
You got all the different cultures. Yeah, it's super cool.
I think there was like a power you could turn like all the villagers into sheeps if you had like a certain power or something.
Yeah.
Like that. Yes.
That would
It'd be so cool if they're bringing that back, man. Wow.
Oh my God.
So can we all like do a petition and convince EA to finally do something with Command and Conquer?
Yes.
Yeah, they made a mobile game.
Sell the IP.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Here's to Xbox.
Yes. Bring back Code Red. Oh God. Anyways, sorry, I didn't mean to disrupt the conversation. I just thought that was really interesting.
That is interesting.
Because Jez earlier, he had posted a tweet earlier, about an hour before he did that one, in which he said, thinking about the future, but he deleted that tweet. And then basically his next tweet from his account directly, where he wasn't responding to somebody, was the Age of Mythology was pretty cool.
It was pretty cool.
It was pretty cool. But Grub saying it could be cool again, that means they're both on it. Like that's usually their thing. Like they both have the information. They're like signaling to each other. They both know it, right?
Right.
So,
So
like, wink,
yeah.
wink. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you know.
Maybe at E3 reveal.
maybe. Wouldn't that be so damn cool?
And one thing like I like about the Age
Oh,
games, I
God.
think it's kind of like a lot of people don't talk about. I think it has like the second best in-game video game music, like just below Halo. Like the music in Age of Empire games are so good.
Yeah. It is excellent, but it's more just the thought that we're going to get this renaissance yet again, as we've talked about so many times. Like the 360 era, even though the 360 was not powerful at all, people tried to put out a lot of RTSs on it, and some of them were very well done. And then we got none last generation, basically. So besides Halo Wars 2 and that kind of thing. So it'd just be great if this
There
is the
was,
generation where we see that renaissance again.
Sudden Strike 4 came out
Yep.
on consoles.
Yep, it did. I've got it. I've got it somewhere. Yeah. Yeah. That's not bad. It's not bad. I just like true RTSs, like building your village, building up your army. I
Yeah.
love that stuff. That's what I really like. Sorry, I hijacked everything.
Yeah, no, you're fine. So some interesting news about
That's cool.
Halo TV series is it did break Paramount Plus's record for premiere of a streaming show, beating 1883,
Wow.
the Yellowstone prequel.
The what?
1883. It's a show based like a prequel to Yellowstone.
Oh, I don't know what either of those.
Okay. Yeah, well, Yellowstone is like a massive show. It's like really, 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 really popular.
Really?
A great show. Also, by the way, I highly recommend it. 1883 is
Cool.
like a prequel set in 1883 to that show involving the same family, right? So it's like they're
Spin-off
like they're like
series.
ancestors, you know.
Yeah.
It's a spin-off series, and that was a
Cool.
huge deal when it was announced because they did a lot of marketing and stuff for it, and it launched on Paramount Plus. So that was like the last biggest one they had. They've also had the Star Trek shows like Picard and all that kind of stuff, right? Jasper has some interesting thoughts on that
Yeah,
show.
their
But
ass.
it's pretty cool to see that, you know, it is breaking that record. So they said this is from deadline.com. They said that the record-breaking at the time, record-breaking 1883 series debut on Paramount Plus drew 4.9 million.
Wow.
So more than 4.9
Game Pass,
million.
baby. That's what Game Pass does for you. Free trial.
Yeah. So more than 4.9 million, you know, that's pretty, I would say that's pretty good for a Halo TV show. We'll see what the actual numbers
So-
are. I guess we'll know in not too long.
So is that the people who subscribe to Paramount Plus, or is that the people who watch Halo?
Let's just watch Halo.
Just
watch
watch Halo.
Halo.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, before we all get out of here, because this is going to be a shorter show, I want to get some thoughts on Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, which hit last night, and Pong and I were able to play that with Kate and Steele. I don't know if you're still there, baby.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
I just had to sneeze.
No, it's okay. And
Gesundheit.
Thank you.
hey, absolutely. I was impressed with the game. I had a lot of fun. We had some issues at first trying to get the co-op working with 4 people.
But we
when
were also in New Zealand.
we were also in New Zealand, you know, at the time. So
That did not.
It was a
work for
rush
me.
move. So, you know,
Yeah.
things weren't set up right. It was one of those things.
you know,
When I switched it to New Zealand, it was not working.
Well, that's
I don't know
because you switched it. You didn't actually move. You have to move there. See, that's the problem.
Oh, okay. I'll be right back.
I mean, it
your
only
shirt
takes
will
a
fit right
minute.
in.
They've got quick flights there now. You don't have to, you know, there's no jet lag, nothing. You're good.
But once
Okay,
we
yeah.
kind of played for a little while, and then we all switched back to like we came back home. You know, we took the flight back home. Like, hey, let's try this later when we get back home to the States. And when we got back to the States, you know,
5 minutes
tried-
later.
when we're in our setups with our houses and our internet that we're used to,
Yeah.
you know, 5 minutes later we were able to get the 4-player co-op going, and that was pretty badass. So because Kate like was not really even very interested in this too much, I'm curious, like overall,
It's
babe.
like Fortnite.
Aesthetically, sometimes it looks a little like Fortnite, but I'm curious overall, babe. Like, what's your impressions so far? Are you loving it?
At first I was like, okay, this is kind of nerdy. I don't know if I'm really into it. But the more I played it, I started liking it more and more. I've just never played a game like that. And I'm still confused by like my inventory and putting points to like skill points and all that stuff. Like it's so confusing to me, but the more I'm learning, the more I'm getting into it. And I'm actually like kind of craving to play it again.
Yeah. We're gonna play tonight, maybe? Or
Yeah, I want to play tonight for sure.
okay. Right on.
Have you all got Butt
it's
Stallion to
cute.
poop out any guns?
Is that a thing?
No.
But I kind of want to make a different character because I'm really jealous of your little mushroom guy.
Yeah.
But I saw there's like a little like green troll one also.
Yeah. Who has the green troll? Do we know what character gets the green troll?
I might have to look it up because
Is it a skin for your mushroom, maybe?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Or is the green troll an even summable character? Is it just like another NPC that they showed in like a trailer?
It's
It-
like,
it
what do they
was
call
like-
it? You
I don't think there's one with a
What do they
green
call it?
troll.
In the opening, when you're just your character's just standing there, my like,
Oh,
mushroom
okay.
guy was like walking around in the background, and then she had like saw a green little troll guy walk around there. So assuming that because my mushroom guy was hanging out, and this other thing came in.
Pause.
what is? Oops.
What are we talking about here?
My little
Yeah.
mushroom guy was hanging out. Yeah.
I mean,
Pong.
sometimes like in
Look
the
at the cap
background,
on that.
they have like just characters that walk around. Like that's not like actual characters you can use
Right.
though.
Right.
The only thing in common there is the
fungus.
fungus.
I have the wyvern.
What'd you say, Caitlin?
Who was your companion?
I didn't have one.
You didn't have one? Okay.
No. I get to dual wield spells. I don't think I get a
Yeah.
companion.
Okay.
He's a spell master.
I think
Spell
at
shot.
level 13, you all can pick another class or something like that.
Yeah,
too.
you get to add
Yeah.
a secondary class. Correct.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Oh, for sure. Looking forward to that.
Yeah,
That's what-
fantastic game. Actually, better than expectations. Actually, I was hyped for this game, but it actually plays like three. I only put, I don't know, between free to play days and on the PS4, I probably put maybe 20 hours into 3. Just never really grabbed me like the Borderlands games usually do. This one right here from the get-go, probably a lot has to do with Tiny Tina and the writing, because I just love it so much and because it's got that aesthetic. But I just love, like, I know there was people out there like ACG who said the guns really weren't any different. To me, like, even at their base, if they're not really different from what they do, just the special effects and everything that's going on, I think they are different enough for me. And I think that overall, again, the writing is off the charts. They're back to classic Borderlands again. Like, every few moments, it's a laugh. Even if it's corny, it's still a laugh just because of the acting. They've got a great cast of actors portraying all the characters. So it's so well done. That's a big part of it too. But I just think everything, like last night when we had all 4 of us going and it got hectic. Like, there was, like, we're playing on what is it? It's not Insanity. Intense. Thank you. We're playing on the highest level because ACG said in his review, hey, if you're used to Borderlands, you can play on Intense. It won't be that bad. You'll have some challenge towards the end, he said. So we all put it on Intense because you get better loot and everything. And with 4 of us in there, man, there was a lot of things, a lot of enemies on the screen at one time. But man, between all of our special effects and your little companions running around and all that kind of stuff, it was crazy, but it was so cool looking. We were devastating in a lot of areas. It was so much fun. Like I said last night, a lot of different games out there could learn how to build 4-player co-op games from Borderlands. There's just something really cool about it. And then all the little details, all the little touches, like the companions talking. Absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, it had us dying a lot last night.
Yeah, it had us dying. Yeah, Steele's companion, which is a floating skull head. Man, he was just cracking jokes, cracking one-liners, just so funny. And even Mav's little mushroom dude running around and eating flies out of the air. It was just absolutely hilarious. All of that stuff, just really, really well done, Gearbox. Again, this is probably the best Borderlands I've played since probably Handsome Jack, maybe. I gotta say, maybe this is even getting to Borderlands 2. We'll see how it continues. Getting the Borderlands 2 levels. Just overall, the loot drops are nonstop. Like that's always the case in Borderlands, but this one, it's even more. Like they drop loot constantly, and they do even have. They seem to have upped some of the skills as far as what you're looking at with the modifiers and stuff on the weapons and your armor. And we haven't even opened up the rings or amulets yet. So there's a lot more to it. It's a little bit deeper than the older Borderlands games as well. Just overall, just a fun, great experience. Even playing solo last night when I was just doing the prologue, I was still having a good time, which is always a good sign. I just think this is probably one of the best Borderlands they've done in a long, long time. Shout out to Gearbox. And of course, you bring my girl Tiny Tina into it, man. I'm going to love it, but it's definitely beyond my expectations.
Fuckers and badasses, baby. AssassinLupa, you were playing last night as well.
Yeah, 5 past midnight. I've had it pre-ordered for
Yeah.
months. So yeah, I couldn't wait to get into it. Yeah, great game. Typical Borderlands game. I think the drops are a bit stingy. I think I've got 1 purple or 2 purple drops in.
What difficulty are you playing
to the
on?
end of the town? I'm playing on,
The normal.
Normal.
the way it was meant to be played.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to affect that. And there's a lot of different things too. I don't know if you saw Windows Central today. They posted how you can get better loot drops too. And there's
Yeah.
different things that affect your luck and all that kind of stuff too.
Yeah, but
just to let you know.
I'm not going to whiz through a game just to get a legendary. There's no point. I'll play it at my speed and I'll enjoy it at my speed.
Yeah,
And
yeah, no,
I'm
I'm not
bothered
telling you to
in
whiz
the
through it.
least.
I'm not telling you to whiz through. I'm telling you
No,
like
but
during
you can't
play,
get them
you can.
till you get to the cruise, whatever it's called.
No, that's not true. There's actually things that can amplify your luck and increase your chances too.
Yeah, I mean,
while you're just playing
I've completely cleared like of all the dice and everything you need to do in the Clapping Road, the tutorial, and then also in Queen's Gate.
Yep.
I've got all
Also
of them.
in
So
like 5
all
minutes.
of that helps your loot, but it's a slow process. You
Mhm.
can't just, I don't
Also-
care anyway. At the end of the day, I'm doing what I need to do. I'm beating what I need to beat up, and it's been
Yeah.
fun, and I'm enjoying it. So I don't really care about
What-
getting legendaries.
What
It's
kind of
just
character
one of
did
those.
you pick?
I had the claw guy with the
Oh yeah,
wyvern.
yeah. So what? So is
The
that
big
like?
Thor, basically?
Does he have like a hammer or whatever?
Yeah, big hammer, and like you can either hit the ground and cause a big fire nova, and I have my little guy, and he helps a lot when I'm overrun with a lot of.
So what kind of
dudes.
little guy do you have?
I have a wyvern,
Oh,
and
nice.
whatever color you do your outfit, your armor,
Mhm.
he can ends up like the little button in the middle of your armor. Because like when you pick your armor, you've got the color, and then you've got an outer rim of a color, and that denotes what color the button is in the middle of your armor. And I wanted red and black, so I got this blue. So he's like red with blue tufts and tail
Nice.
on his head. He looks cool, and yeah, he does a really good job because he belts down fire or lightning at the baddies, so it's pretty good.
Yeah.
And he does save me in instances where I'm overrun and I'm like trying to find a different place to be. He'll kill a couple with his fire thing. He's quite good, actually. He does a good job because they're all shooting at him, so he's a distraction,
Right.
and then I can get in and kill him off. But like, yeah, I'm looking to mix him up with the spell guy probably.
Yeah.
But
like
his
Pong
second
spell.
ability is that you can throw the hammer, and it has lightning on it, and everywhere it goes, it lightnings everybody. And when it lands, it is an area of effect all around them. And then when you call it back, it kills everything in its path.
Oh wow.
So it's really cool. And plus,
That's
you
nice.
save on your cooldown if you call it back early. If there's nobody there and it's not doing anything, you can call it back early and you save on your cooldown, so you can use it. Use it for longer next time, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And
They did a great job with the special effects, don't you think?
Yeah.
Lupa?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
It is
really
crazy
good.
the amount of stuff that happens on the screen when you have the 4
Yeah.
players. Oh my god, it's insane. You got a meteor crashing down.
Yeah, when I
You
started
know,
dropping meteors
my-
last
Yeah, I
night.
was doing that.
My
I was doing
mushroom
that,
guy
Pong.
is
The
farting.
Yeah, that's so much fun,
you
isn't
know?
it?
Exactly, it's so much fun. And like you just send it out with your spell, and it just
Yep.
lands on their head, and they're like, "Where did that come from?"
Yeah.
It's so funny. And it's like I was really debating. I couldn't debate because I do like using a distance weapon. So I was
Yeah.
looking at the bow guy, the spore guy, and
Mhm.
then I thought, do you know what, I'm going to go different this time. So I went full out hammer Thor.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I really wanted to go with the spell guy as well, but then I knew that I could mix them up later. So I'm looking to go spells and Thor should be good. And I just think it's real fun. It'd be fun to play it with people. I'm probably going to get on and play with some others later. But like, yeah, it's quite fun. But you have to find those dice, and you have to find
Mhm.
the poem pages and the marbles and
Yeah.
everything. Because if you don't, then you're missing out on some good stuff.
Yeah.
So
I was just gonna say
like
I wouldn't worry
ahead.
too much about legendary gear, like because in 5 minutes
No.
of playtime you get a blue that's better than the purple. So I
Yeah.
wouldn't worry
Yeah.
about that until you get to the end.
and that's another thing I found. I've got like something about 30 grand now, 40 grand, because I'm not bought anything at the machines. I sell all my stuff. I always have a full inventory. I empty out, sell everything, but I
Yeah, the
never
vending
buy
machine
anything.
guns kind of suck.
You're
Yeah,
the opposite of
because-
me. I always buy the vending machine.
I
No,
thought I
because
thought you weren't getting it,
literally
Jasper.
within
Did you end up buying
5
it?
or
I didn't buy it. I've just played Borderlands before. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, I mean, I've played all of them from the beginning to now, and like the thing that gets me is like, it used to be that you could go to a vending machine and get some good weapons. Like now they're all crap. Within 5 or 10 minutes of playing Pong, you've already got that weapon.
Oh, I know it happened a few times to me last night. I was
Yeah,
like, dang it,
it's
I got something
annoying,
better.
isn't yeah, exactly. So I thought after a couple of machines, I thought, you know what? On the Queen's Road, that was the Queen's Gate, sorry. And I was like, you know what? You can stick them. I'll go get my own guns. I kill some mother and I get my own gun.
yeah, I usually save my money for like the bar and like give it to Moxie or gamble in the slot machines, try to get something out of that.
Yeah, for sure. And like in the town, you've got all those things that you had in free. So I just think it's absolutely, how can I put it? It's not stressful. It's
Yeah,
chill
it's
out
just some
game,
dumb
and it's
fun,
fun to look
you know?
at.
Pure
and
fun,
yeah,
pure
and
fun.
it's just pure fun just to go, you know, hacking down some people and put different faces on them and kill them to death.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, like I said earlier, guys, this will be a shorter show. Wait, you got something to say, 3-bit?
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say, like, this is how I end up buying a million games from you
Yeah, I
guys.
know, I was thinking
Well,
about that.
yeah,
When
here's
I
the
saw
thing
that.
to
Couldn't
do.
have had me
Promo.
buying the hunt though, 3-bit, and no, we're still 6 months down the line and not bloody picked it up once.
No, but 3-bit.
I bought it too.
Here's what you got to do.
Oh,
3-bit.
okay, we should definitely play that.
Yeah.
Did they update that game though? That
Yeah,
was
they did.
Yes,
kinda, like,
60
They just
frames.
put out an
Yeah,
update.
it's 60
frames,
frames, and it.
Oh, I thought you were
I've
talking about
seen
DLC
people
update,
streaming
but-
it, and it
No.
looks so cool.
Okay, yeah, let's schedule. and
We should
that.
play it. I tried playing it solo. It's pretty cool, but like I want to play it with some friends. I do think it's a pretty badass game.
It is.
But what you got to do is Tiny Tina's 3-bit. When you buy it, just play it with us.
But I'm
play
gonna
it with
play
us.
some-
You know?
Yeah.
Just, and don't fall asleep.
I'm
Join the party.
desperate to play.
No, I'm good tonight.
I'm like
Okay,
Caitlin, can't
yeah.
wait to get into it again. It's so much fun.
All right, guys. Thank you all for joining chat. You guys rock. I love this freaking chat. I mean, so many amazing people. Fifth Horseman, Spooky, Lui, Yobi, Vic the Click, Fastback, Chris, what's up, dude? There's lots of amazing people here. Spooky Sprocket, Dr. Dinglenut, Sleepy Goblin, Elusive Mage, Abacab. All you guys are freaking amazing. Thank you all for being here. I know I didn't get into everybody, but thank you so much. Appreciate all the support, all the views, like sharing it out, liking, all that kind of stuff helps us grow so much, and I appreciate everybody. Even if you only stop by and like check us out for a minute. But hey, Fuzzy, dude, thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
Thank you for
Interesting
having me.
rants on GT7 earlier, and some Ghost Recon talk. Where can everybody find you, bro?
For one, thank you for having me. It was awesome being on here with you guys, and now I'm considering actually picking up Tiny Tina's.
Yes,
Didn't have as much fun with Borderlands.
They're so
3,
good
like,
at that.
playing
I'm
Borderlands.
literally
3
buying it right
solo,
now.
but playing with friends was fine.
Don't
and
make
then I
me
was
get
kinda like,
FOMO.
yeah,
Peer
Tiny Tina
pressure,
might.
peer pressure.
Tiny Tina might get picked up later on today. So, yeah, man, it was awesome being on here. Awesome people in the chat. It was so much fun. But for anybody looking to hear my rambles on anything racing related, GT7, or even the upcoming motorsport, which I can't wait, you can find me on Twitter at fuzzy_Belvedere, or on YouTube. Just search Fuzzy Belvedere or Fuzzy_Belvedere, and you'll find me. Thank you so much, guys.
Absolutely, man. Kate has to bail. She's living to go pick up a order that we have to be. That she has to be in 10 minutes. So check her out on TikTok and YouTube, Caitlin, and on Xbox, Caitlin 0615. I think it's on I Go Fancy on Xbox. On TikTok, Caitlin X0615. I think is what it is. I can't remember. It's in the description below. So check out Kate's stuff.
Where she reviews cream pies.
Yeah. Reviews cream pies. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah, that happened. That was a thing. I mean, I couldn't help it. I'm sorry. Vic the Click, $5 super chat. Appreciate you, dude. He said, my favorite group of gamers. Thanks for another amazing episode and keeping me away from my duties at work. LOL. I appreciate you, Vic. You're amazing, bro. All right, so Lupa, where can everybody find you?
You can all find me on Xbox and Twitter at AssassinLupa, and here on Friday nights with my family. Chat, you're all awesome. You're amazing. Love you all. Thank you, everybody, for listening. It's been a great fun, and I'll catch you all gaming.
Heck yeah. And 3Bet, dude, thanks for being here. Where can everybody find you? You going to be playing some Tiny Tinas?
Yeah, I probably will. I had the FOMO like pretty big last night, but I'm having it even more now. So dang it, you guys. You guys could follow me on Twitter at i3bit. And I'm exclusive. I've been bought out by Mav. Exclusive on this show and also Fun Pop. So yeah. I'll see you guys on the next one.
Heck yeah, man. Jasper the Realist, the lore master himself. Where can everybody find you, sir? You going to be playing Lego? Is that tomorrow night? Tonight? Like
no, that's next month.
Oh,
the 4th of next month.
Oh,
yeah.
next month. Okay, I thought it was like releasing like this
a week
weekend.
away or whatever.
Okay,
not too far away. Before I get to my outro, Pong, is it only $70 for the next gen version? There's no $60 option.
No $60 option. You got to buy it. You got to buy 70. Yep. Okay. So you might as well get the the chaotic great.
Yeah,
for 90.
I got.
You can peer pressure me, but not that much.
Why not? You get the DLC. You get the DLC. Why not?
Yeah, you get season pass and the DLC and all new uniforms and everything.
Yeah, for $20.
Outfits.
Come on, man. Come on, Jasper.
It's 15 actually. Well, it's £15 for me.
Yeah, because you get the bonus if you got the rewards. Yeah, you get $5 back. So.
No, not that even. Like I added it up. I paid. I think it was $69.99 for one, and then for the other it was 85. So
oh really? Wow.
Obviously not.
Yeah, over here it was 89, so it was $20, but we got $5 back from rewards. So
well, it's 15 quid for me anyway. So
yeah, nice.
Like I thought to myself, for 15 quid you're getting a season pass, all the DLC, and then you're getting some outfits and stuff. And so
yeah, and Gearbox always supports their games with good DLC.
We'll get keys and chests and everything popping up everywhere. So
I bought the $70 version.
Look out for them codes, baby.
Yeah, they already had the first one go out last night. So.
Gift codes.
Yeah.
Did it, Pong? Oh,
yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Which one are you buying, 3Bet?
He's already bought it.
I think that's why 3Bet had confusion in buying it last night, because there's like that Series X version where it's like
I don't even know. You talking about Tiny Tina or are you talking about
Tiny Tina's?
Like Tiny Tina, it would not let me buy it.
Yeah, I think it's because you clicked on the Series X version, which isn't sold separately. You have to buy it in the bundle.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck was happening, but it shouldn't be a problem now. It's been out for a bit.
Yeah.
Anyway, you can check me out at Jasper_Gaming_ on Twitter and Jasper Gaming on YouTube. Fun Pop Wednesdays, Xbox Ultimate Fridays. Yeah.
Heck yeah, man. And the sleepy mellow fellow from outer space. Where can everybody find you, sir?
Man, I had a long ass day, so
I know you did. You tearing down
But,
church. You
no.
tearing down a church. Come on.
No, don't
Sinner.
say it like that.
Yeah, you sinning.
Tear down the heart of here, like destroy churches. No. I was
Yeah,
What
We're-
happens when you
yes.
move to Florida?
He was helping do
all
some
off on
demo
the
work.
bath salts.
It's changing you already, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
crazy.
it's the bath salts. Sorry, so. No, no, it's been great. It's been a long week. Always coming here Fridays, hanging out with all you guys. It's always a highlight of my weekend. And chat, it's always great to see everyone coming out. Thanks for coming by. You guys can check me out everywhere social media. Psychonauts 8 Wednesdays, what Jasper said, 7 o'clock on Fun Pop, and here Fridays with the Great 8. I always want to say Magnificent 7, but
Yeah.
okay. The Great
Well,
8.
there's 7 of us here right now.
I know it's pretty good. And thank you, Fuzzy, for coming.
Yeah, Fuzzy.
It's
You're awesome.
always a pleasure to have you on, and I know we had a great time last Saturday. So
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
What'd y'all do last Saturday? I'm just joking.
Hey, wait a second. What's going on here?
we did Tiny Tina. No, what?
That's like a 12-year-old girl.
Shut up. We don't do that.
It's
shit.
not.
14.
No.
Now
It's
she's grown up though.
50? No, okay.
Pong's like, no.
Moving on. Hey, thanks everybody for watching the show.
Middle wheel.
Appreciate you all. I hope you all have an amazing
I
night.
don't get to do my outro?
No. It's too
Oh,
long.
I forgot about Paul. I thought we already did yours.
Yeah.
Did we not? do it?
No,
No.
Oh,
When
shit.
did he do it?
and we didn't do yours either.
No, we
Yeah.
do 15
Did I
minutes
forget about
here.
myself? Okay.
Yeah, you forgot about yourself
I
as
do
well.
That.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my job.
My bad. All right, Pong Soul, the encyclopedia of gaming dating back to the very first game ever created. Where can everybody find you, sir?
Absolutely great night. Happy to be here, fam. Happy to see most of the Great 8 here. Lady, we miss you. Hope everything goes well with everything you got going on, lady. Thinking about you for sure. And as always, miss your face and can't wait to get you back here talking again. But Fuzzy, awesome for you to join us this evening. 3-Bit, you as well. Thank you, sir, for dropping on in and gracing us with your presence, sir. Appreciate you. Otherwise, everybody, chat, you guys, unbelievable as always, coming out and supporting us. Thank you. Check me out, Pong Soul, Xbox, Twitter. You know the drill. And then Saturday morning, tomorrow morning, get your butts up, hop on over to Living Split Screen, where Steele and I will be going for probably 3+ hours. As always, we got a lot to talk about. Got a lot of topics coming up here. So please drop in Living Split Screen and see us. We are on mission 1K. And even if I'm a little under the weather, it don't matter. My brother from Another Steel Rain is going to bring it live, raw, and uncut. So just drop on in there. Check us out, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central Time, 3 p.m. UK time. We will get your day started. And tomorrow night, the Shop podcast with PTK Blam. Go check out PTK Blam's channel. Amazing shows every Saturday night. The Shop podcast, myself, my brother Fuzzy, who is right here, will be there. And of course, PTK. And we are going to have great topics tomorrow night as well. It's just a chill show. It's a great way to end your Saturday night. 9 p.m. Eastern again, 8 o'clock Central Time because of the time change now. So please check out the Shop podcast Saturday nights. Next week's Xbox Factor podcast, I am 90% sure not going to be there, but please, you know the drill. Double Barrel Gaming, Mr. Boomstick, go check him out. The whole crew over there. Mav is there what he can be. We've got Boxenberger, we got VJ, we got Mr. Joanna Dark there. Drop on in there. It's a great time. All good things green every Tuesday, 12 p.m. Eastern, 11 o'clock Central Time. And then, of course, Thursday nights is PM in the PM. Pong and Mav in the PM. We had a great show last night. Go check that one out if you haven't already. Had some great conversations before we went and played Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. But yeah, no, we always have a good time, me and Mav, on Thursday nights. Come check us out, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 o'clock Central Time. Otherwise, it's golden age of gaming, people. Pure and simple. Get out there, enjoy this hobby to its fullest. Play what you love what you play. I'm going to talk to you all real soon. In fact, less than 12 hours. I'll be back. See you then. Love you guys.
Hold on real quick, baby.
And Mav, where can everybody find you?
Everybody can find me here on Fun Speculation. Please follow me on Twitter. Hit the notification bell here on YouTube, and you can find out when we're going to go live for all of our content and stuff and shows and game streams and more. And I appreciate you all, chat. You're absolutely amazing. Panel, you're absolutely amazing. I love you all, and I hope you have a fantastic night. Take it easy. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Catch you all gaming.